What is a research proposal? It is the question that your research paper is trying to answer. It assists in keeping your research paper focused. There are two ways to look at a research proposal. Many times you already have a very specific issue of concern that you are interested in. For example, you may be interested in the impact Disney films have had upon ethnic characterization of children. In this case, your research proposal would look something like this. The research on stereotypes in the Disney movie Aladdin suggests that the Arabian stereotypes portrayed in Aladdin has had a negative impact upon children. This is an interesting proposal, and you may find some research directly related to it, but chances are you will need to think broader. Your three key terms or concepts in this proposal are the movie Aladdin, Arabian stereotypes, and children. Let's look at some ways that we can broaden our search. For example, while you are specifically interested in the movie Aladdin, you need to ask yourself if other films have done the same thing. Has anyone done research on other children's films that suggest a similar result? Or on Walt Disney films in general? How about other media? Has anyone shown that Sesame Street has a similar ethnic bent? If they have, are there similar elements in the Walt Disney films that stand out in Sesame Street? The terms Arabic stereotypes and children should be looked at similarly. Familiarize yourself with similar terms and broader terms that may assist your inquiries. If you have a narrow research proposal, that is fine. Simply be willing to shift it around a bit if you are unable to find sufficient resources that support your proposal. For example, in this case you may want to change your proposal to something like, the research on stereotypes in Walt Disney movies suggests that the stereotypes portrayed in Walt Disney movies have a negative impact upon children. Secondly, on the flip side of this, there are times when interests are too broad to be able to develop a research proposal. For example, if you have interest in pursuing a topic related to violence in the media, it is fine to start with a topic like this, but just understand that you are at the base of the research triangle, and you need to develop this further before you can start your research. This level of research is often entitled pre-search. It is the research that is needed in order to develop your research proposal. Although sometimes pre-search seems a bit unnecessary, it will definitely save you time in the long run. In this case, pre-search would involve looking at a general reference work or a good reputable website about media violence. In this case, you may want to look at a Wikipedia article such as Media Violence Research. Note that we will be talking a bit more about Wikipedia articles in a future session. As a general rule, however, Wikipedia is a decent resource as long as it is looked at critically, which we will also talk about in a future session, and if it is used as a place to begin your research inquiries, not end them. Another tool you may want to look at is something like Social Issues in America, an encyclopedia. We will be talking about using Corbin Search, Corbin's primary search tool, in a future lesson that will help us find more resources. But for now, let's take a look at Social Issues in America, an encyclopedia. It appears that Volume 5 has an article about media, sex, and violence. This might be a good resource to take a look at. It would give some oversight on the topic and give you a better idea of various venues to pursue related to your topic. Do any of the topics they discuss arouse curiosity? Look at the references. Do any of these look interesting? Where is your research proposal at in the research triangle? If you have a very specific proposal, like we mentioned at first, you are likely at the tip of the triangle. Notice that not much can actually fit into that tip. It may be challenging to find any resources that deal specifically with your topic because there is very little information on your specific topic. The further down the triangle you go, the broader your topic becomes, and the more resources there will be that relate to it. If you can understand how you can adjust your topic without necessarily changing it, it will make finding relevant resources easier. The remainder of these tutorials will use media violence as its topic. It would be helpful if you had a topic to which you could apply the various tools we will be discussing in the next few sessions.